Hello YouTube, Triumph Guy here today. I'm going to be removing the exhaust studs on a flange on this 2009 Vauxhall Astra. Now this video will have multiple methods because they are a bit of a nightmare, and this particular stud is the pressed in stud. So just pay attention, don't skip the first step, and then we'll go into the multiple ways.
First step is using a wire brush attachment or wire brush, clean up the threads and give it a spray with WD-40. Make sure you really clean up the rust around it or the WD-40 won't seep in. If it was bouncing around all the place like this, you need to reduce the drill speed and also apply more force as well. Ideally, if you've got two hands and you can get in there, then that will be enough to apply enough pressure. Make sure you clean both sides of the stud as well, because we really want to get that penetrating fluid in there. I also go over with a quick wire brush. Now there is better penetrating fluids out there than WD-40, but this is all I had to hand. Now we'll see if we get lucky and give it a few taps. You don't want to go too hard, because you don't want to break the exhaust flange by bending it or break the rest of the exhaust. So just give it a few, see if we get a bit lucky. See if we can see a little bit of light appearing here. If that doesn't work, that's absolutely fine. We'll just move on to the next step. Next step, what we're going to do is using heat. Now we want to be heating up the flange itself and not the stud, because we want the flange to expand and the stud to stay the same size. This unfortunately is a little bit unavoidable. What you can do is you can actually spray the stud with some water, and that will instantly allow that to cool down. Then you can hit it with the hammer. Then, once you've hit it with the hammer a few times, spray it back over with WD-40, let that soak in, and repeat this process about 3 to 4 times, and eventually it will come out. Again, sanding it down every single time, just to make sure you're 100% getting all that stuff out. Now, I did actually get it out on the 4th attempt with this method, but I'll show you the next methods anyway. Next, the next tip is to use one of these sort of clamps or presses. They come in different sizes. I'll put a link in the comments for the set I've got, which comes in multiple different ones. You're just going to tighten that, and hopefully that pushes it out. You may need to angle grind the stud so it's completely flush to allow this press to work, otherwise it will keep falling off. I sort of use this as a second attempt after the heating up if that fails. When we do this though, ensure that you do step 1 of the video. You can't really see it, but there is a little gap forming, so I'm just going to keep tapping it with a hammer. Now, if this did fail, I'm going to show you what the next step would be. So I'm going to keep tapping it and see if I can get it out. If not, I'm going to show you what to do. Once you get to this stage and it's flush, you're going to need a punch onto the top to help push it through further. So that's the issue. You can see it's splined in. And I actually pulled it out with that one, so I've got a few whacks on it after spraying some more WD-40 in. Now your last port call is to use a angle grinder. And I'll just show you where to cut the incision. What we're going to do is cut along that bit there. I'll show you on the new exhaust. So here's the new flange, and where you can see my thumb on both sides, we're just going to cut outwards towards the outside just there, and that will just relieve pressure on the splines. But thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.